Hello students, in the previous class we had done the first application of normal test. In that we had seen the test for population mean. There we had only one population. Now the second application of normal test is test for equality of means of two populations. Okay, so here there will be two population, there will be two means, and then we'll have to test for this equality. Okay, so this has also some following steps. It is similar to the first test only, but here accordingly there are some changes. Okay, so the first step is also we have to construct the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis here in this type of test will be that the population means are equal, because we are testing here the equality of means of two population. So basically we are checking whether the means of two populations is same. So that will be our null hypothesis. The population means are equal, that is nu1 will be the mean for the first population and nu2 will be the mean for the second population. The population means are equal. And what will be our second step? Second step is constructing of the alternative hypothesis, isn't it? So second step is the population mean are not equal. Now again in alternative hypothesis we have three different tests. Either you can take it as we can do two-tailed or left-tailed or right-tailed. Okay, if it is two-tailed test, then nu1 will be not equal to nu2, and if it is left-tailed test, then the mean of the first population is less than the mean of the second population. That is nu1 will be less than nu2. This is left-tailed test. And what will be the right-tailed test? The mean of the first population is more than the mean of the second population. So this is our second step. And third step will be same, computation of test statistic, but here the formula will vary. So for this formula is x1 bar, that is sample mean, x1 bar minus x2 bar. This is for the first population, this is for the second population, whole divided by root under sigma 1 square divided by n1 plus sigma 2 square divided by n2, where x1 bar and x2 bar are sample means respectively of first population and second population, and here sigma 1 and sigma 2 are population standard deviations. Okay, now if they are unknown, if in some problems if the population standard deviation is not given, then they are replaced by sample standard deviation S1 and S2. Okay, and n1 and n2 are the sample sizes. Now the fourth step is same, depending on the alternative hypothesis and the value of alpha, the critical value k is chosen. The table is same, even for this, for everything the table is same. Depending on h1 and alpha, the critical value is chosen. Fifth step is also same. If the calculated value of the test statistic lies in the acceptance region, then the null hypothesis is accepted. Otherwise, the null hypothesis is rejected. Okay, so this is same. So here you have to remember what is the null hypothesis and what will be the alternative hypothesis. In this case, the null hypothesis will be the mean will be equality of the means, and the test statistic formula will differ. That is also simple. You will have to remember this, and the critical values you will have to first know what are the critical values, and the steps follow the same. Okay, we'll see one problem on this. Okay, the first example is, from the following data, test whether mean daily wages of workers of factory A and factory B are equal. Okay, so these two population are factory A and factory B. Okay, we have to test whether the mean daily wages, the daily wages of the workers are equal. We have to use 1% level of significance. So factory A and factory B, the number of workers are given. So number of workers, what is this? Then this is the sample size, because in a factory there will be many number of workers. From that they have taken 200 workers from factory A and 450 workers from factory B, and the mean daily wages in rupees is given for these factories respectively, and the standard deviation in rupees is also given for these two factories. So first we'll write what is given to us. N1 will be the sample size of population A, that is factory A, and N2 will be the sample size of population, the second population or the factory B. So N2 will be 450. X1 bar, that is sample mean for population 1 will be 195, and for second population x1 bar will be 200. and the standard deviation for the first population is 20 and for the second population is 30, and alpha is 1%, the level of significance is 1%. So once we write what is given, the next step is we have to construct what is the null hypothesis. And what is the null hypothesis here? What we are asked to test, we are asked to test whether the daily wages of these two factory workers are equal. So I am writing the null hypothesis as mean daily wages of workers of factory A and factory B are equal. That is, nu1 is equal to nu2. This is our null hypothesis. And what will be our alternative hypothesis? I am saying that it is not equal. That is, the mean daily wage of workers of factory A and factory B are not equal. That is, nu1 is not equal to nu2. So this became a two-tailed test. Now after that, what is a third step? To calculate what is the test statistic. So the formula to calculate the test statistic is given by z equals x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by root under sigma 1 square divided by n1 plus sigma 2 square divided by n2. We have the values of x1 bar, here sigma 1 bar. Here we are being given the sample standard deviation and not the population standard deviation. They are taken only 200 workers and 450 workers. So that is a sample, not the whole population. So here we are given sample standard deviation. We can replace the sigma by s. That is the sample standard. That is 20 and 30 respectively. So we substitute the values and we calculate, and we get the calculated test statistic to be minus 2.5. Okay, then again we draw the graph. You see the graph here, the rejection region and the acceptance region. So minus 2.58 and 2.58, and this will be the rejection, this will be the acceptance region. Now at 1% level of significance, the critical value for the two-tailed test will be minus 2.58 and 2.58, and our calculated z value minus 2.5 lies in the acceptance region. It comes just after minus 2.58, it comes on the right side of minus 2.58, this side it comes in the acceptance region. So since it lies in the acceptance region, since zcal lies between this region, the null hypothesis is accepted. And what is our null hypothesis? The mean daily wages of workers of factory A and factory B are equal, isn't it? So our conclusion is mean daily wages of workers of factory A and factory B are equal. So this is the test for equality of means of two population. Here we are given two population. We will be given the sample size, we will given the sample mean, the standard deviation, the level of significance, and we have to take our null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. We have to take this test statistic, we have to calculate, then we have to, according on a level of significance and the alternative hypothesis, the critical values will be chosen, and then we have to see whether this lies in the acceptance region or the rejection region. According to that we have to make the conclusions. Okay, so this is test for population equality of means of two population. In the next class, if you want, we can see another one problem, and then we can move on to the next application of test of normal tests. Thank you.